Hi, we're told that we're all in this together, but politicians are pretty good at creating slogans to keep us focused and thinking in a manner that suits whatever their agenda is. In reality, we're all in this together, as what it is that we're facing is not just unprecedented, but it's been a creation of a lot of bad decisions from everyone involved, from us, but more importantly also for people that have been creating agendas to determine where we're heading and how we should be addressing issues and overcoming to get ahead in the world from the way they see that is what's most important. And at the moment, in regards to what we're facing now with this coronavirus, there's a lot of information that are coming through, and it is hard to really differentiate and come to a definite decision as to what has caused this, how much of a reality it is, as the numbers that have been coming through are not necessarily accurate. There's a lot of misinformation that are passed on from the media, and a lot of the same input and words are being projected. And this is a constant thing from the media that's being projected, and it's making it hard to really comprehend and to acknowledge that a lot of the information is accurate and in the best interest of us for us to listen to and absorb. We are in this together because it is important that in these times of difficulties, we need to make sure that we can trust each other. And trusting the people that are standing in front of the TV is extremely important. And it is important for them to acknowledge that it's not about getting a paycheck, it's not about having a secure job, but it is more about making sure that deep inside what they are projecting outside there, it's also from their own heart, not just what they've been told, not what is of interest to the people that are paying their wage. But it is also important for doctors, nurses to make sure, and the people that are out there at the front of all this difficult situation, to make sure that we can speak clearly and express our views in a manner that establishes the truth according to what's really going on. And if we can't trust each other, then we're really going to be suffering and putting a lot of strenuous, unnecessary hurt to people that are going to be affected by all of these words and decisions that other people are trying to project into the community worldwide. Some of the facts that need to be considered is that pretty much every country is financially in debt, some broke, especially some of the major countries. And this pandemic that is being projected, it's creating a lot more debt. Each country, or many countries, have been printing money and shuffling money in order to maintain order from within their own ideals of what the world we're living in. And also been pushing everybody to play the game in a way to get on top of the world, to feel like everybody's in control. And no matter how much money there's been projected in there, everybody now is facing a reality that is much more uncertain and creating problems that we don't know where it's going to lead. It is very important to also acknowledge that there's been a huge fight between religions or spirituality and science. And this fight has been going on for quite a long time. And people have been within the religious and spiritual realm of reality have done a lot of good work, but also has been a lot of incredible mistake and misuse of trust on them. But we cannot overbalance one over the other and completely reject what spirituality has to offer. And it is very important we acknowledge and differentiate on how we deal and address to the truth of the matter. The same thing with the science. Science has done some great work, but there's a lot of manipulation behind it. A lot of money has been spent and wasted on research and getting nowhere in a lot of ways. And a lot of money has been made from people using a lot of drugs that a lot of times are not necessary. And the question has also been asked about the health of these drugs that have been used and how much they have caused harm to people that have been injected or taken these tablets and medications. And there's a reality that needs to be improvised in both of this science as well as spirituality, where we need to make sure that we find a balance to really look at both with open eyes and open minds and open hearts to see how they both have affected us in some good ways and also manipulated the truth in ways to make us feel like we're not fully understanding where both of start and both end up. But the truth must be important within us. We cannot get to the truth unless we are open to find the truth within us and be open to see the faults and the good things in both of them. We can't just go with one or the other. We need to make sure that we acknowledge that some of the things that we have believed or we've been led to believe may not be true. And we need to make these people accountable, because some people are just constantly trying to get ahead and control things just for the sake of them getting bigger and stronger by having more control of more people and making more money to establish themselves for being successful. And right now, even the elite are concerned about a lot of things that are going on. And the last thing they want is for us to become aware of our reality that they've been creating to manipulate us, ideals, our goals, and what to achieve in our life in order to be fulfilled. And the emptiness that is now occurring is just part of what's been disabling us from facing up to how we've been playing the same game and how we've been falsifying our own needs at times in order to get ahead, and how we've been supporting government's agendas even when they've been completely wrong. And pretty much in every country, it's been hard to get a leader that we could trust or can still trust to show that the country and its people are the main project that they care about, and the agendas are for everybody. Both parties, which usually in each country there's two main parties that are running, they both lost the plot. Now they seem to be working more together towards an agenda, even though they're pretending that they're fighting for our rights. But they're manipulating the system so they can get ahead. And now they're pretty much joining forces in their own way to push their own agendas and to service the people that are pressuring them to fulfill their wishes, because otherwise there'll be consequences. And these consequences, we all need to start facing up to them. These are consequences that we all have participated in one way or another. A lot of money has been put to stop poverty over the years, and poverty is still there. But it is not the money that creates poverty. It's the lack of communication, the lack of understanding, the lack of caring. And a lot of people have been looking to win lotto or do something like, if having a lot of money, it's going to stop the problem and it's going to stop them from feeling hurt and getting hurt and feeling like they got no control of their lives. But you look at the world, and you look even at the elites, no matter how much money they have, it's never enough. Being fulfilled is not about having much money. It's about how we connect with each other. And this is how it is very important now to make sure that we support each other. We can trust each other when we speak to each other. And we can communicate the truth even though people are trying to threaten us and try to control what we have to say. So please be open to new opportunity, to new possibility. And let's look after each other, because that is the only way we can move forward and past all this innuendo and lies that have been putting out there to create wars, to create disharmony, and create uncertainty and fear, so they control our emotions. No one can control our emotions unless we let them do that. And mental health is about facing up to what the challenge is right in front of us. To stay mental, capable of dealing with these things, we have to be open to process the information from within our own understanding and do the best we can, and be prepared to acknowledge that some things and some information might not be right, or might have not been right, and we can just move forward from there and look for what the new and right approach will be. But let's stay in tune with each other. Let's help each other. And it is important that doctors, nurses, police, army, and everybody that is out there, which is meant to protect the public, does so, not because they're told by people in charge, but because the moral obligation to each and every one of us is to make sure that we look after for each other. So please be respectful, because by respecting others, we respect ourselves. May peace, love, and unity be among all of us.